Well, welcome back to Horror Doc X, the channel where mysterious tales come to life. Tonight, we have a caller who claims to have experienced something truly chilling. Sarah, you're live on Horror Doc X. Can you hear us?
Loud and clear. Thanks for having me. Honestly, I've been holding onto this story for years, and I'm still not sure if I'm ready to relive it.
Don't worry, that's exactly what we're here for. Give us all the chilling details. Let's start from the beginning. What happened?
Okay, so this happened about 5 years ago when I moved into an old rental house. From the outside, it looked charming, surrounded by trees and built with aged wood that gave it a rustic feel. But the moment I stepped inside, I felt it. Something was off. The air felt heavy, and the house was eerily quiet, like it had its own presence.
Sounds like a textbook horror story setup. Did anything catch your attention right away?
Absolutely. At the end of the upstairs hallway, there was this old locked door. It stood out because it looked older and more worn than any other door in the house. The paint was peeling and there was something unsettling about it. When I asked the landlord, he just shrugged and said, "Oh, it's been locked for years, don't worry about it." Naturally, that made me even more curious.
Classic. Telling someone not to worry about a locked door is like giving them a personal invitation to open it. What did you do?
At first, I tried to ignore it. I told myself it wasn't my problem. But every time I walked past that door, it felt like it was watching me. I couldn't get it out of my head. So one evening, I grabbed a paperclip and spent nearly an hour trying to pick the lock.
How did you manage to open it?
I did. And what I saw inside still gives me nightmares. It was a small, windowless room with nothing but a wooden chair facing the far wall. The wall was covered in deep scratches, like someone had clawed at it in desperation.
That's horrifying. Did you go inside?
No way. The air in that room was freezing cold, and it smelled faintly metallic, like blood. I just stood there for a moment, frozen, before slamming the door shut and walking away.
And that was it? Nothing else happened?
I wish. That's when the strange thing started. At first it was subtle. Lights flickering, doors creaking open and shut. But then I started hearing footsteps at night, pacing back and forth outside that locked door.
Did you check to see if anyone was there?
Every time. And every time, the hallway was empty and the door was closed. Then my sister came to stay with me for a few days, and one night she woke up screaming.
What did she see?
She said there was a woman standing at the end of the hallway, pale, with tangled hair and hollow eyes that seemed to suck the light out of the room. The woman just stood there, staring at her, and then vanished.
Did you see her too?
Not right away, but a few nights later, I woke up to scratching on my bedroom wall. When I turned on the light, there were 3 fresh claw marks running down the wall. That's when I knew I had to do something.
Let me guess, you decided to open the door again?
Exactly. I waited until midnight, armed myself with a flashlight, and walked to the door. My heart was pounding, but I opened it. The chair wasn't empty anymore.
What was in the chair?
A woman. She was sitting there, her head down, her long hair covering her face. She didn't move, but I could feel her watching me.
You're kidding. What did you do?
I froze. Then she slowly lifted her head, and I saw her eyes, completely black. She smiled at me, but it wasn't a kind smile. It was twisted, like she was enjoying my fear.
That's terrifying. What happened next?
I slammed the door shut and ran out of the house as fast as I could. I didn't even bother locking the front door. I just kept running.
Did you ever go back?
Only during the day to pack my things, and I brought friends with me. Later, I found out the previous tenant had locked herself in that room for weeks before, well, she never made it out alive.
Sarah, that is one of the creepiest stories we've ever heard. Thank you for sharing it with us. I'm not sure I'll be able to sleep tonight.
Neither will I.
That's it for tonight's Horror Doc X. Remember, some doors are better left unopened. Sweet dreams, if you can.